Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On the fifth and final part of this series of Awakening with Prashant Moshya from Phuket, today I want to share something that is quite interesting for you, maybe, and for everyone who are trying to endure on the spiritual journey, who are seeking, who are trying to have spiritual liberation in their life, but really do not have clue what exactly will happen you through the journey. On the back side, you can see, on my background, you can see the sun, the beautiful sun is setting down. I'm always as in Nanyang Beach in Phuket, Thailand. And today my topic is, as I told you, some miracle that will happen during your journey for a spiritual awakening. I want to share some of my own experience of spiritual awakening and the miracle within, which it brought as the side product during my journey. So at first, when you get tuned with your body, mind and soul, when you get in tune to yourself and tuned to the ultimate consciousness, at first you start to feel lighter yourself. The burden of stress, the burden of pain, the burden of misery slowly starts to disappear, slowly starts to vaporize, and only remains is the bliss, joy, enjoyment, fun, and happiness. Today's humanity, not today's, every humanity, every human being aspires to be happy. They aspires to have a blissful life. So they try everything. They try everything, from every material belonging to everything possible. They can even go for any extreme in the search of bliss. But the irony is how great their effort is. However they try, they are sure to fail, because they are seeking something outside which they must have to seek inside to get one. It's like you lost your needle somewhere in the room and you are seeking that outside the road. If you seek your, how brilliantly, how greatly you may seek, you may search, you may conduct a search operation of your needles in the road outside the room, but still there is a zero possibility that you can find your needle. In the same way, in the same fashion, people are searching for bliss outside themselves. How better, how great they search for their bliss outside themselves. One thing is for sure, they will not find it. And till now, no one has succeeded to find the bliss they are searching outside. Not in anything, not in epitome of material belonging, epitome of richness, epitome of everything you can imagine of. But still they have failed. They failed because it's already fixed. How can you find something? How can you search something somewhere which it never been lost? If it was lost outside, yes, for sure you should search it outside. But since it wasn't lost outside somewhere in the street, It's within you, and you've been losing this since your birth, because this society never teach you to seek bliss inside. Rather, it always teach you to seek the bliss outside, in other person, in money, in fame, and in luxury. That is the blunder of this social consciousness, and that is the reason why the society has failed. The social consciousness has failed miserably. It is just like a rotten stuff. There is no goodness within the social consciousness. That's the reason, because the seeking, the basic teaching of the society, the basic teaching of the social consciousness is miserably wrong. They inspire you, they try to teach you everything outside, but there's nothing outside. You are a product of your one. You are a singular to this infinity, and the single and your seeking and your every search must be within yourself. Yes, you can have a, if you find truth inside you, if you find bliss inside you, if you find joy inside you, if you get in tune to yourself, all this material belonging can be the medium for enhancing your bliss, but they themselves cannot be the source of bliss. You have to understand that. So, in this spiritual journey, when you get in tune to yourself, then you feel too much light, very less burden, less worrisome. Yes, you take care of everyone. It's not like when you get detached to the thing, you start caring about them. You stop caring about them. It's not like that. You love more fearlessly. You will start loving more fearlessly. You will start caring more carefully. You will start your joy gesture in more compassionate way. That is the fact. But that really doesn't mean you need to be attached with someone to love more, because love is an unconditional thing. You do not need any reason to love anyone. Love just happens to you, and when you have the sense of detachment, at that time you can love more, you can love unconditionally, and you can love more passionately. That is the true meaning of, true essence of love. So that's the first thing. You will fill yourself with bliss and less burdened with all this misery, all this pain, and all this sorrow. No, you will not have to seek anything outside yourself, because you are the infinite source of this bliss. So when you get that, you will, all this material belonging only will enhance your bliss, only will enhance your joy, only will enhance your eternal love. That's the first thing. Second thing is, normally to the 99% of human being, what happens is they are the puppet. Their life is the puppet of the social consciousness or their conscious mind. When you get some push, some further on the spiritual journey, then your mind becomes your puppet, in spite of you being the puppet of your mind. And the amazing results from that is, you start to feel liberated from the social prejudice. You start to feel liberated. You start to feel free from all this social prejudice, all this social preconceived notion. And doing so, you became a free man. You may have read about a free man, it maybe from Friedrich Nietzsche, Zarathustra, and many other philosophers. But you can experience it by yourself when you get beyond the social prejudice, when you get beyond the social consciousness and all these social duties, social regularities. At the time you became a free man. Yeah, you may be called as a rebel by the society, unwanted rebel by the society. But these rebels in the history of society, in the history of human mankind, these rebels, these very few rebels who descended on this earth are the best creature of this humanity. They have solved this humanity in the best way than any other creatures, any other human being the society ever has created. So it's a badge of honor to be the rebel. It's a badge of honor to be the rebel of this society. And no need to feel bad about that, because that's the badge of honor. You belongs to pretty 0.01% of the people who are said to be the rebel of this society. That's the second thing. And the third, when you get through more higher consciousness, then you start to get in tune with the universe, ultimate universe. And when that happens, what happens is you start to get the infinite source of knowledge from the universe. But interesting thing is, when something comes to you, any topic comes to you, your mind, your wisdom starts to give you some marvelous information. Though you never have read about them, you may never had heard about them before, but that comes to you very naturally, and you start to understand. Because see, everything that happens in this nature are the part of nature, and the information, all the scientific theory, all these things, they are already coded in the information. It's about discovering them. But when you are in a higher consciousness, when you are in a liberating path, these knowledge are given free to you. You don't need to have a higher, better degree from great universities and teachers, because they are just repeating the knowledge. But here you can get for free. And everything, if you go back to yourself, if you introspect to yourself, you will get amused that how you get that knowledge, how you understand, how you can rational this information, because you never have heard about that, you never have studied about that, you never have read about that. Or how is it possible that you get that knowledge? So that's really interesting. And you suddenly start to be something expert of these things, and that is quite fascinating, I guess. And finally, if you go much higher to the consciousness, if you go much higher to the consciousness during your spiritual liberation, more than all these things, what happens to you, to your life, is you start to feel that this is the present moment. If you even die next moment from this moment, you are not losing anything. You are not losing anything else. You are not even losing a single thing. Not your body, not your property, nothing else. But you felt like you are the present. You are the one. You are really the one. And what happens by that, what brings by that is you start to recognize the fact that life is nothing more than a collection of a present moment. So if you do not have now this present moment blissful, then you will never have any singular moment in your life blissful. If you want to make your life blissful, if you want to make life celebrating, if you want to make life liberating, joyful, joyous, then you need to have a blissful present. And if you have blissful present, this will ensure you that you will have a blissful future. And in a spiritual journey, this blissful present is the reality. And this is one of the most miraculous thing that happens to a spiritual seeker, a spiritual person in their spiritual life, because they feel burdenless, they feel with no obligation, they feel so joyous that this present moment is their reality. This present moment is their life. This present moment is the fact for them. Even if they die next moment, they will not be worrisome. They will not be in pain because they will lose nothing, because they gave everything to their present. They gave everything to this present moment. So yeah, that in conclusion, being a spiritual person, being in a spiritual journey is not only liberating you from this hectic cycle, from this vicious cycle of life and death, never-ending cycle of life and death, it's also giving you success, bliss, peace and joy in life. So if you are ready now, why late? It's always good to start now than wait for something else. Here there is no losing, only gaining. So I hope you get courage enough to endure in this great journey. You get courage enough to achieve something that must be achieved in your life. And you deserve a happy life, you deserve a blissful life, you deserve a life with joy, you deserve life with bliss. So I hope you get that. I hope you get the bliss you deserve in your life. I hope you get the joy you deserve in your life, and the liberation you really deserve. Thank you for watching my 5-part of this series, Awakening with Moshya from Phuket. It's not the end, it's just a beginning. So I will keep posting videos till I stay here, but I'm telling you goodbye from the series. Thank you very much for watching. Have a blissful time ahead. May Almighty give you every courage to start this really wonderful journey. Thank you.